Good afternoon. Welcome to our Symposium on Light Pollution, Light at Night, a Glowing Hazard. My name is Annie Yang, and I will be your host today. I'm the chair of the Environmental Action Committee and volunteer with the Santa Clara Valley Audubon Society. On behalf of Santa Clara Valley Audubon Society, the Sierra Club Loma Prieta chapter, and the Sierra Club Bay Alive campaign, I want to thank you for joining us. We have four very distinguished speakers today who will talk to us about the effects of light at night and strategies that can safeguard our health and environment. First, we have Dr. John Barentine, Executive Officer and Principal Consultant at Dark Sky Consulting, followed by Dr. Travis Longcore, Associate Adjunct Professor at the UCLA Institute of the Environment and Sustainability. Then we have Dr. Christine Shepard, Director of the Glass Collisions Program at the American Bird Conservancy. And finally, Ms. Mary Coolidge, the Bird Safe and Lights Out campaign coordinator for Portland Audubon program. Before we get to the speakers, we have a very special welcome by California Assembly Member Alex Lee, a dark sky champion, a true dark sky champion in our state legislature. Assemblymember Lee currently represents California's 25th district, which includes several of our South Bay cities. He was elected in 2020 and serves on several committees, including education, transportation, and business and professions. And he's also the chair of the Select Committee on Social Housing. Most recently, Assemblymember Lee introduced AB 2382, a bill that would have made state buildings and structures more dark sky, bird, and ecosystem friendly. Unfortunately, after the bill passed both California houses of the legislature, it was vetoed by the governor this go around, but I'll let him talk more about that. I'm so glad you can join us, Assemblymember Lee, and congratulations on your re-election last week. I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Annie. It is a great pleasure to be joining you all here. It is actually morning for me. I'm in Japan right now. We are on a California delegation trip learning about energy and trying to share and learn knowledge about from Japanese officials. So my time difference is a little different right now. So actually it is still dark right now for me as well. But I'm really pleased to be with you all today. As Annie said, I'm Assemblymember Alex Lee. I represent the 25th Assembly District, soon to be 24th Assembly District, which is Northern Santa Clara County and Southern Alameda County, and I'm excited to talk about our efforts last year, this last legislative cycle, to try to reduce artificial light at night. Of course, research shows that artificial light at night, also known as ALAN, has increased to unprecedented levels globally and in California. This has resulted in a disruption to circadian rhythms in plants and animals, which harms our ecosystem. Light attracts nocturnal migratory birds and diverts them from safe migration routes to human environments, where they are more susceptible to collisions with buildings and other human-made structures. And a study found that reducing indoor artificial light at night by half can result in roughly 60% fewer bird collisions. In at least 19 states, District of Columbia and Puerto Rico, they have laws in place to reduce light pollution, which includes limiting artificial light at night. And as Annie talked about, my bill, Assembly Bill 2382, was an attempt to reduce excess artificial light, which is affecting ecosystems and can disrupt critical behavior in wildlife. The bill would have required all outdoor lighting fixtures installed or placed on state buildings and structures after January 1st, of 2023 to have an external shield to direct light to where it is needed and be equipped with an automatic or shut off device, or to be motion activated. The reason the bill focused on state buildings was to show, as a state, we can take these types of steps to prove that a reduction of light pollution is possible while saving energy and helping the environment. We had a broad coalition of support, which included, of course, Audubon, California, the Santa Clara Valley Audubon Society, the National Parks Conservation Association, Cornell Lab of Ornithology, and the American Bird Conservancy. But even though we had a huge coalition and a lot of great support and even great coverage in news, the bill, of course, was passed through legislature without an issue, almost unanimous, and it was unfortunately vetoed by Governor Gavin Newsom, citing cost concerns. But we brought the attention to this issue and increased awareness, and it was even on the front page of the LA Times recently, and it featured in a segment on CBS. And I feel strongly that It is a sensible reform that promotes safety for animals, insects, and people, and I'm committed to working on this issue with our stakeholders going forward. And this is, of course, still a bill that I'm interested in carrying and continuing to work on, because it is so important that we can do something so small in which we can save our migratory species, reduce our electrical usage, and save costs. It's a win-win in so many fronts, but we have to look beyond these short-term cost improvement, capital improvement costs. But I'm really excited to be able to kick it off for you today. And thank you so much for having me on this afternoon/morning for me.
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Lee. Please, yes, continue to fight for protections for our night skies at the state level. And I hope many of you in our audience and your organizations will also join him.